This wasn't no movie. The smart thing was to say yes, get up, and leave the room. But then I thought to myself, what if this was a movie? Look, fuck you, fuck the plane you flew in on, fuck them shoes, fuck those socks with the bell on it, fuck your gay-ass fairy faggot accent, fuck them cheap-ass cigars, fuck your yuck-mouth teeth, fuck your hairpiece, fuck your chocolate, fuck Guy Ritchie, fuck Prince William, fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, you see the topic, you listen to the video. Suburban, blackface, black folks. So I'm gonna preface this by saying it this way. I quote-unquote grew up in the quote-unquote hood, right? But the people that I grew, the era that I grew up in the hood, I knew of black folks who had moved to the suburbs in a sense. And people in my age group, in my age bracket, so I'm 43, so I'm saying from 43 to 50, maybe 52, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them moved out of the hood and moved their kids in the suburbs. Like a lot of times, you know, in the 80s, people were, the Huxtables aren't real and they didn't exist, to people became the Huxtables. You get what I'm saying? Whether they were, even if they were single parents, they moved their kids to nicer neighborhoods. And now you kids, some of you kids are grown, and some of you kids are like teenagers about to be grown, and y'all grew up in the suburbs, and y'all just blackface people. Y'all parents might be hood, but you're not. But you're trying so hard to be hood that you're overdoing it and you look ridiculous. And on top of that, you have other people who are in the suburbs who, you weren't in the hood, you probably weren't raised in the hood, you may have family in the hood, but now you're trying to be a spokesman for black people in the hood in an environment you didn't really grow up in, because you were raised in the hood, raised in the suburbs, now all of a sudden you're better than black people because of how can I put this? Because your parents put you in a better environment, and now all of a sudden you're bougie because of that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and I've seen it happen a lot. There have been far too many of you kids who came from the suburbs who thought you were better than black folks. Now when you're out on your own and you have to be an adult, you wind up back in the hood because your work ethic sucks because you were just an entitled brat. So, you know, that happens more than y'all want to give credit for. And then, I'm gonna go back home, but you go back home to the suburbs. And then your parents put you out again. But a lot of you folks are in blackface, you know. And even when, you know, if you want to use hip hop and rapping, a lot of these current rappers now, see, there was a time, I remember in the 90s, they put rappers on blast for not being from the environment they're from. I remember Boss's career just ended just like that. You know, her career was over because this girl went to private school and now she a gangster. Stop it. You get what I'm saying? That's what that was. But now a lot of, like, you see these people, you know, I'm from the hood, I'm from the hood, I'm from the hood. And it's like, no, you're not, B. No, you're not. You came from a good parents. You know, Clarence has really good parents. You know, you're Clarence on 8 Mile, right? But you wanted to be quote unquote hood. And I remember I talked about this in a video a while back. I was at my son's football game when he was here. And I was in the stands and this kid was talking reckless. Just reckless. And what he said at the end, he was honest. He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. And it's like, then he's like, nah, I'm really not. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood compared to y'all. And then he was like, well, why don't you go back there? No, I ain't going to act like this if I go back there because, they gonna beat my ass. So he was in the suburbs to act hood, knowing if he took that to the hood, he was going to get stomped out. And a lot of y'all do that. Y'all try to be new from ATL. So that has become an increasing thing. Some of your favorite rappers are from the burbs now, who are playing hard, and you can't figure it out. Some of y'all, like when I talk about the younger generation and their drug problems, that's because they're suburban kids. Suburban kids were the ones on pills and these highfalutin drugs, and trying all of this crazy stuff and dressing wild and I gotta express myself. That was a suburban thing. That was people who had the money and the time on their hands and to not be disturbed by let's just say the tension in the hood environment to be able to do that stuff. Sorry, wasn't no Xanny. I just want to pop a Xanny and I just want to, I'm gonna take some fentanyl. I don't know if y'all taking fentanyl, but but a lot of that stuff is like, bro, we don't do that. But y'all are suburban kids, so y'all do that. Y'all do what the white kids do. Y'all do what the Asian kids and the Hispanic kids do. But then you try to run, but I'm black, and that's why one of my issues nowadays, using hip hop as a reference, is when people say it's for the culture. A lot of these people aren't. The reason why they keep saying stuff is for the culture because they're black people in hip hop and blackface, and they're trying to use the stereotypes of the negativity of the hood to act like that's representative of black people when that ain't even their family for the most part. You get what I'm saying? But somehow, if it's not their family, they know, well all black people got to be like this though. And it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You know what? We act ignorant because it's for the culture. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. But you're not really around when it goes left. You get what I'm saying? Because when it goes left, y'all ain't for the culture no more. And a lot of even when people say people are geniuses now, it's like people aren't geniuses. They're stupid. They garbage. But you're going to say they're geniuses because what you're trying to say is, you're trying to grade black folks on a curve of excellence. You won't say black excellence, but you calling idiots geniuses to make our excellence look dumb. And it's like, yo, you're really not black. You really haven't had a black experience. You had a suburban experience. It'll be like, since I used the Huxtables as a reference on the Cosby Show, it'll be like if the Huxtables kids all decided to be thugged out. Theo decided to be thugged out. Vanessa, I forgot all the kids' names. All of them, the kids became strippers and single mothers and dope boys, and yeah, I just want to be a member of BMF, because that's how black people are. Like, what's the guy that's locked up right now? Casanova. He said his mama was a teacher. He came from a good house, but he just wanted to be a thug, and now he locked up. Okay, that's what you get. Yeah, Charlemagne the God talks about, all the crazy stuff he did, but his mother's an educator. He didn't have to do all that stuff. He chose to do that stuff because he wanted to be hood from South Carolina. Like, when you start seeing people talk about the black experience, and it's got to be negative, and they start cackling and laughing, what I'm saying, we doing a thing. That's what we do. Like, even some of the older people, you talk about their experience. When people talk about poverty, like, you understand, like, I can understand a DMX being in the streets if you look at his story. I can understand 50 Cent being in the streets if you look at his story. You see what I'm saying? But Fat Joe, I can't understand that. He became a gangster because that's what he wanted. You get what I'm saying? I can understand Baby and Slim. I really, yeah, I get it. But you other guys, I'm like, what? What? I'm just being how we supposed to be. No. See, the most important thing, I'm using hip hop as a reference because people like to use celebrities, right? Kanye West is one of the realest people because he knew he wasn't a thug. And I ain't gonna try to be. But the vast majority of you other cats who are suburban cats, y'all try to be. Y'all trying. You know, I'm from the hood, you know, from the bottom of the bottom, you know, it really goes down out here. It's really da. I'm like, man, if y'all don't get the hell out of here with that. And a lot of y'all are just suburban people playing this game. You know, y'all live in a ghetto fantasy, and it's like, but you're not from the ghetto, and people in the ghetto don't do that type of stuff. Like, I don't. That's what gets me about it. Like, y'all act like, you know, the ghetto is just the land of everybody cutthroat stabbing each other in the back, and it's like, no, you just suburban blackface, and you're really being extra right now, and you're really making it something that it's not. But that's what you want it to be, so you can, you know, look at it yourself. Because I've seen it, and I'm gonna end it with this. I've seen a lot of you know, suburban blackface folks. Y'all talk all that gangster stuff, and then y'all really get in the hood and y'all shrivel up. See, y'all the kind of, now y'all gotta lock y'all doors, or y'all go on the extreme end and y'all do something dumb, like keep your doors open. Like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Okay, fine, whatever. You wanted to be around the killers and the thieves and have everything out like they ain't gonna do nothing, and they did something, and now you crying. Shut up. Just like I said, the other people who, I'm better than you, and I'm better than you, and I'm better than you because I grew up with a nice neighborhood and a nice family, and then your ass can't afford to live in the same neighborhood you grew up in because your work ethic sucks. I've had all these opportunities, and to me, I would say you are part of the worst too, because a lot of you people from the suburbs have all these opportunities and you ruin them, you blow them, but all you got to live on is, I grew up in a nice neighborhood and I grew up better than you. And it's like, what? Why don't you get your bitch ass and stay in that neighborhood? Why don't you use all these resources and connections and all this people you know and stuff you got and better life you got to live that lifestyle as an adult, not a child? And it's, oh, well, I just got to be better than you. My parents are better than you. And, oh, okay. You wind up like Brian McKnight kids. But tell me what you think, man. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you there.